Hi everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the ancestors past, present and future and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Righto, I am out in the garden this afternoon. Beautiful, beautiful day. It just leaves the house free as well for my mum doesn't have to go hiding in her bedroom or anything like that. That's the problem with open plan houses, isn't it? So hopefully not getting eaten by mosquitoes too greatly. And I've got my mum's crystals here to hold the cards down. So thank you for joining me. She's doing well. Next week's going to be quite telling. That's when we go for the marrow biopsy to see really what's going on. Okay, what I wanted to have a look at in this particular reading. Interesting again. I just finished the reading on Fleon and election interference and being fined by the EU, etc. And here I've got the abuse of power card again and the follow the money with the Eight of Pentacles. So, what do I want to have a look at in this one? Because what I was looking at on my notes, there's a couple of things here. I just want to point out that the US Treasury bonds apparently are selling at a very high rate, equal to what they did during COVID. And the regime is touting that as a really good thing, not realizing that the bonds, Treasury bonds, which are backed by the US Treasury, a guaranteed percentage income, sell when there is a lack of confidence in the market. So a lack of confidence in just the global markets full stop, and a lack of confidence in the underlying governance of certain countries. So they're going, yay, best ever, not realizing that best is actually worse. So I just want to let you know in regards to that, as one of my lovely viewers pointed out, Warren Buffett a couple of months ago started selling off pretty much all his stock, and Warren Buffett is no slouch. So just be aware. Also remembering that in January, Jerome Powell of the US Treasury, his tenure is up, and the regime already have the next person that they want to go in, and the next person will pretty much try and put the US onto either stablecoin or crypto or something along those lines. And well, didn't Bitcoin and crypto just absolutely go through the floor, wiping trillions of dollars off their worth recently? No words. So just be aware with your money. What I want to have a look at in this particular reading, it's a bit of a, where do we go with this? Because last night, minding my own business, watching Time Team of all things, that tends to be Time Team Classics. Nothing like a bit of archaeology last thing at night to put the brain into neutral for sleeping. Love it. Absolutely love it. Looking forward to the day that we head over to Europe for 6 months or more, and I'm going to definitely sign myself up for a 2-week dig at Finderlander. Husby's going, oh, what? So he can go and do whatever he likes, and I think that'll get the archaeology out of my system. But yes, so I was watching Time Team last night. It is really interesting because they were looking for Anglo-Saxon, and they were finding, as well as Anglo-Saxon, which was from the 400s AD or up to, I think it was about the 600s or thereabouts. They were also finding Roman, they were also finding Iron Age. So, humanity does go through these cycles, as the archaeology points out. And as Lena the other day, she was at staying somewhere in, I can't remember where it was, in Europe, possibly somewhere in Greece, where she said she showed the beam that was in the ceiling that had been dated to 550 years ago. So we're looking at 1450, 1470. And she said that really puts things in perspective, that she was going to sleep under this beam that has stood there since the 1400s. And absolutely, yes. Anyhow, back onto topic. Oh, we've got the abuse of power, and as I split it again, we've got volatile information is going to be coming forward. Not quickly, but it's coming. But what I did get is I got a bit of a download here, and I had to then hop over onto my phone to do some investigating. And what it was is actually, strange as it was, I thought it was James Earl Jones, with the very deep, uh, melodious, um, the beautiful voice that he has, James Earl Jones. He passed in 2024, but it wasn't at James Earl Jones. Believe it or not, it was Colin Powell. Now, I know they're different people. They don't even look the same, but they sort of did a little bit look the same. But I can't say I've ever heard Colin Powell speak. And Colin Powell he was talking in the voice of James L. Jones, in that deep voice. I really should look up a speech of Colin Powell's to see what he actually sounds like. But so I was Googling and having a look, and Colin Powell passed in 2021 from complications from COVID. Let me say no more there. But you've got to remember Colin Powell, who was he? Was he under George Bush, like one of the top military guys under Bush II, George W. Bush? Anyhow, what he showed me, and it was in regards to the foreign report that has been published with very hush hush. There was no fanfare or no here it is. It's just sort of snuck in there, which has since been and reported by Reuters, and I've put it in my post section, the link, basically acclaimed by the Kremlin as being exactly what they would have liked. Well, they probably damn well wrote the thing, to be honest. Anyhow, so in light of that coming out just the other day, what Colin Powell was showing me was tanks, American tanks, being sent up around is it the Baltic Sea or the Black Sea? I'm not, the sea that's at the bottom of Ukraine. I should know, got a brain like a sieve at the moment, but around the sea and into southern Ukraine, which is an area held currently by Russia. And I went, what? And then I looked to see what bases were down there, and there aren't any. It's Georgia. It's Georgia, the country, not Georgia, the state, Georgia, the country that used to be part of the USSR. The US does not have any bases there, but they do have bases in Turkey, on the southern side of Turkey. But they were going up through Georgia. And I'm pretty sure they don't have tanks down there, but there was something there. Where? And it was just an image. And what I'm getting more, and Turkey is Erdogan, colleague of Orban, colleague of the felon, kind of pro-Kremlin, sways which way and that way back again. Dubious certain person who very probably didn't win the last election, even though he apparently won the last election. And yeah, okay, I've just split the deck, and they're telling me again, there is going to be information that comes out, explosive information that comes out about movement. So the Eight of Cups, this can be a walking away, it can be a walking to. Now, it's also this card, it's one of the only two cards I think in the deck that has the full moon in it. We've just had the full moon. The next full moon is in a fortnight, or just under a fortnight, 10 days, something along those lines. No, a month, 3 weeks. Let's get it right. New moon. But it may be new moon energy. But this is about what I'm getting. There's going to be an order that comes down for US troops to move north. This figure is moving this way, north, not moving off to the side, around a significant moon cycle. Speaking of looking like the moon, it's a light in case you were wondering. So that's what I was getting. So I just want to have a look at it. Ooh, yes, some sort of stinky fish announcement being made. Right. Now, I mean, if just the fact of putting out a anti-EU, pro-Russia foreign policy, yapping in code about Heil's H-E, 88 they call it, because 8 is the 8th letter of the alphabet. That's the code that they use. And then ranting on in the foreign policy document about pretty much white, master race, Aryan. Um, I mean, they didn't use those actual words, but that's pretty much what they said. Okay, what do we need to know about this vision that I had about troops? And I was looking, and it felt very much like they. So we've got significant ending, but we're coming up with the 9 of Wands. Now, the 9 is just before the 10, and the 10s are ending. This is about guardrails holding and surrendering to those guardrails. That will bring about an ending. So this is very much, if an order comes through to do this, it's over. There'll be the mop up, but it will be. Now, I have been seeing for a while, I was thinking, is it equipment? Well, the drones made in USA that have been shot down. Intelligence, well, we know the intelligence. That's why Five Eyes is now Four Eyes, and the Ukraine doesn't share intelligence with the US. Big information coming out. That'll be the last puzzle piece with the Eight of Pentacles, or the last piece that is needed. So I don't think they'll actually go, but the order might come through. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. It's a little bit breezy. Got my mum's crystals to hold the cards down. Let's have a look. This vision I saw. What do we? If you're wondering, it's the Gilded Tarot Royale. Yes, it's a beaten up old deck, not desk, beaten up old deck. Desk. Something to do with a desk. Executive order on the desk. Okay, thank you. Oh, lies, betrayal, stealing, sneakiness. It'll be some sort of executive order that's signed, but not publicly. But, yeah, yes, Ace of Swords, secrets being revealed. And then that card again, the Death card. Wow, and then the nightmare begins as this information is brought forward, because they're not going to go quietly. Stay safe. Yeah, beaten up old deck. Yes, I know that. Much loved. How about we put it that way? Much loved. Oh, treason. As I split the deck again, we've got 2 3s. Those around him, or perhaps 3, Felon, Putin, Net. And then we've got the 3 of Swords, treason. And yes, someone commented yesterday, why do you have a boy's haircut? Well, I'm not quite sure who died made you overlord and could dictate what sort of haircut people had, but go for it. It's my haircut. Okay, I don't live in the 1930s Germany, thank you very much. Okay, let's have a look. Sorry if that appears snarky, but why? Let's have a look. What do we need to know about that vision I had of the tank? I was going to say German, but they're not. American, but I'm German from 1930s Germany, rumbling into countries that other countries. That flipped over. Well, there's strength in that, and that's on the bottom again. 5 of Swords. lies, deceit, nastiness, betrayal. Oh, just, yes, strengthen the vision and the lies. And I'll show you what's popping out. Russia, the Emperor, put money on that being Miller. And then this one, the Sun. Full exposure. What was that? A document being presented that they want to keep under wraps with the Four of Pentacles, but it's going to come out with the Sun. And what's next? The Treason card. This is just me where they poke out randomly and seeing them. Oh, so yeah, I suspect, I don't even suspect, there is going to be, from what I'm getting from that, an order come down for troops. I'm suspecting Turkey, because the rest of the troops are like Poland and Germany and Italy and Spain, and I saw them going up that eastern side of the sea. What's going to happen? Tell me what's going to happen. Okay, what is the regime going to do? What is the expect pro-Russia propaganda, pro-Kremlin propaganda to start flooding your social media? Don't be fooled by it. Always check your sources. And feel free to correct with facts. So if you see somebody spouting false propaganda, just put in a link to a correct source or something along those lines. Let's have a look. I love a meme cross my, again, social media. And apparently it was some, pro-MAGA one, site, channel, whatever, account that was like, looking forward to wearing my MAGA hat in LA this afternoon. And someone posted, well, good luck on your trip from whatever it was in Russia, because that's where your account's held. You know, anyhow, what's the regime going to do? Come on down, let's have a look. Hopefully that light's okay. Oh, there's that strength card again. The taming of the orange lion as well, but strength in this vision. Challenged by the Two of Cups working across the aisle. It can also be information sharing. Okay, where are we going with this? The energy that they're in is the Four of Swords, being forced to retreat in the face of the truth. Can also be quietly working on a strategy. So it's not ready to implement as of yet, not ready to get up and actually enact it. Right. Unexpected news coming out of left field, which will be the foreign policy document, crowning the reading, the manipulation. As I said, be prepared for, with the magician, be prepared for the propaganda, the spinning to happen full on. And we've got immediate future, the hermit. What was that one there? Oh, the strength card. So what have we got? Again, 3 major arcana, 3 out of 6. The hermit, shining a light on the snake in the path. Again, I hope you can see those cards. If not, trust me. Ending of a legacy. 10 of Pentacles, the oligarchs. I mean, the oligarchs want this because it's not about Russia, US. This is about oligarchs who are wanting to carve up the world. It's not about any particular country. It's not about any particular regime. It is about the oligarchs wanting to carve up the world. And the orange twerp thinks he's one of them. He thinks he's running with the big boys. Hate to tell him. And internally, a new plan and a huge announcement coming forward. A new plan. Hopes and fears, the Queen of Wands, information being brought forward from a female leader, might be Ursula von der Leyen, or it may be, this is my card for D&I Haynes, it was been my card for over a year now. Right, there's Ursula von der Leyen there, Queen of Cups, the outcome, bringing forth information, Nine of Swords, nightmare situation, and the Fool, uncharted territories. The foolishness, new beginnings, uncharted territories, and then the Nine of Wands. The guardrails holding as this information is brought forward with the Page of Wands about the Emperor. And then we've got the whistleblower with the Page of Swords. And we've got then the Seven of Swords, the lying, the stealing. And then we've got the High Priestess, the hidden agenda. This information is going to get out there. On the base, we've got the throwing under the bus, Five of Wands, volatile information coming forward, Sword of Truth, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, harsh reality, Ten of Swords, complete and utter downfall, ending of Six of Wands, the false victory. Now, the reason why I call it the false victory, I hope that light's okay because I can't actually see you on the screen down there. The reason why I call it the false victory is the horse looks really uncomfortable. The rider looks like he's about to panic and nobody in the crowd is cheering. It's almost like a quiet moment before a revolution. No, this is okay. So yeah, they plan to. They possibly, I think the order's even going to be made. What are the military going to do? What are the military going to do if this order comes through? Is this female leader again in the nightmare situation as I split the deck? They've been put back randomly and there they are again. I don't know who that I know D&I Haynes, that's my card for her, but it may be some other female leader that comes forward. Let's have a look. What's the military going to do? What is the military going to do if this order comes through? There was the Three of Pentacles popped out. That's the planning behind the scenes. So trust me, they're not being, what's it, General Miley was it? And Admiral Hoseley, and these dudes, they're not sitting on their porch in the rocking chair having a whiskey or anything. No, they're not. Let's have a look. What's the military? What's the military going to do if this order comes down to assist the Kremlin against the Ukrainians? What's the military going to do? Oh, okay, thank you. They want me to stop there. What's the military going to do? Well, it is a nightmare situation for them. Absolutely, Nine of Swords. That was in that outcome. They're going to fall back on the past, the oath of the past. Page of Wands. Okay, this is the very first step. Nightmare situation, getting legal advice, I suspect, possibly. Falling back on their history, their training, And the Page of Wands, letting it be known. Won't be any secrets here. The abuse of power, the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, abandoned, out in the cold. Two fives. I mean, fives are huge challenge, obstacle, conflict cards. Right, this is the moment. This is the moment where they have to decide whether they uphold. And then we've got the Hanged Man. Again, I hope you can see that. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. There's Russia, the Hanged Man, Russia, the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity, Page of Pentacles, and then the Tower card. Yeah, they're not going to do it. They've going to have the opportunity to present this, and it's going to be, yeah, and then the Ten of Swords, ending of the regime. It's going to hit the regime out of left field, I suspect, with that Page of Cups, because the Navy, they don't live in reality and they don't actually listen to the real world. The Navy has been in the Caribbean, has been obeying the orders. I don't think they realize. Yeah. The Two of Swords, they are at this. They're going to be presented with a real big decision. This is crossroads time. Eight of Swords, hands tied, restricted, legal restriction. Trust me, they are getting legal advice on this. And then the Star card, the best of democracy, the best of. And then we have the Five of Cups, another five. Then we have Biden, who has put something in place. And then we have the King of Pentacles facing a big stick moment. Ace of Wands, getting caught in his own trap is what I heard. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the military, trust me, they are already, is what I getting legal advice on what to do if the order comes down. Okay, love to you all. Catch you later. Bye-bye.